Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Crafts Her Way by Devin Seward. Okay, so what happened was my video got cut off, so I left everything as it was. We will go over it together. First of all, I have some Happy Mail. I got this in the mail, and I ordered it from eBay, and it was supposed to be a set of 8 pumpkins, but it came as 1. So I was not very happy with the email, but we'll go ahead and make them. I wanted to make more than one. I wanted to make up the blue pumpkins for the autistic children, but we'll work on that later. All right, so let me show you. This is where we left off. This is the Christmas ornaments, and I just kind of painted on them some designs, as you can see. There's one. And I got to put this one on a thing yet, but there's 2. I already demolded them on the video that cut off, but there's 3. And there's 4. And there's 5. I didn't really do anything with that one, but put a stone in the center. Excuse me. And there's 6. And that's how they turned out. Really cute, really pretty. And then we demolded our turtle. We had one little bubble right here. And we can fix that easily. And we have to sand her down. But she fits perfectly. Doesn't move, doesn't shake. So proud of that one. And then we'll dot the eyes. So we'll work on that one here in a minute. And then I did my little bear. As you can see, the little bear turned out really, really cute. I painted the hat, and I painted the bow. I painted the little foot, and then I painted inside the ears, and the back of the hat, and then the little tail. And he has to be sanded down. He's still real rough, but there you go. That was one done. Oh, and the little nose. Can't see the eyes, and I kind of highlighted my paws. Okay. That one is absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to get that one in the store. And then here's the little Christmas trees that we had got from Roberta, and I did this one for Roberta. And there you see the tree. She's all decorated really cute. I highlighted some of the insights on it. And then there's the top. And then I'll probably add a couple little snowmen to this for Roberta. And so there you have that one. Then I didn't do anything with the white one. Okay, as you can see, I still have to paint it the same and do the top and then the bottom, and we'll get that done. Okay, I'll do it later. And then here was the elephant that we made for Mom. And Roberta, if you're watching this, then I need you to get me a little plant set up for my elephant. Something inside of it? No. So a little plant that you can put in there. And I'll get her eyes on there and a couple other things. A little bit of paint right there. So we'll get her decorated, and then I'll show you that one when it's done. I might go ahead and try to do that one today too. And then we have our little shaker to do, and this is where we left off at, and then we're going to do our tree. So what we're going to do with the shaker is I have this little box of Christmas goodies. And since this is a Christmas bear, then we're going to add a couple Santa Clauses and maybe candy canes. I think we'll add a couple Christmas trees to it. And then we can add a couple little greeting signs and a star. And maybe a Christmas hat. And then we'll put a couple gingerbread men in there. Okay. Now these are done with liquid, but I'm just gonna put a top on it, and we're not gonna fill it with liquid. So Let me get a piece I can put on there. Oh. Okay, so what we're going to do is take our piece and sit the bear down on top of it. And then we're just going to trace around the bear. Let me get it over here. Just like that. Let me get that line back up. That's close enough. Okay. And we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut that shape out. I'm going to fold it in half and then just cut right along that shape. Okay. As you can see, it's on there, so I'm going to take a cute one of my wipes, and I'm just going to wipe that off, just like so. And there it's clean. Come right off. Whoops. Okay. Now I'm going to take and get my E6000. Get my pick here. All right. Get some on there, and then we're just going to go along the edge. Let me scoot up here so I can see. It's still going. And we're just going to take and go right along the edge. Get up here. Get it started, and then you just run that light trim. All around the edge. All right, just like that. And I'm going to take my little piece of paper, which is under, and we're just going to sit her on top, lining the bear up. There we go. And then we will let that dry, and then we will trim it. Just like that. Okay? So once it dries, then we'll trim it. And I need to get my cap back on here. Okay? So that's what we're going to do, and then we'll put a keychain on it. And it's that simple. And then we had this mold, which was our fill-all mold. So when we're filling everything in here, and when she's full of what we're not using, then we'll pull it. Okay, let me get these put back up, guys. These were our decorations. Put back in here. And these. Those. Okay, that back in there. There's my prongs. All right. Now, when we started our Christmas tree, we have these little keychains. We're going to pour the tree first, and then we're going to pour the root of the tree, the stand. And then we have our little chains here, and the chain goes through this hole and through this hole, and they hold the circle to the tree because it's not attached, I guess. So we're going to set those aside. And then I also have hold on a minute, guys. My glitter's all mixed in a cup that I'm going to put in my tree. And then we'll add a couple more to it. So give me 1 second. Okay. Now, I'm going to set these over here. We have some more glitter. We're going to add some of that in there. We want it to be really, really colorful. And she's a girl, so I think we'll throw some pink in. Maybe just a little bit of pink glitter. A tad bit of purple. We just want it to really shine. Okay, over here. And we'll throw in a couple pink hearts. We've already got green hearts in there. And we'll throw in a couple pink stars. And we'll add some light green sparkles. This one doesn't come out as easy. There we go. Okay. There's some more light green sparkles. We'll just drop some of those in there. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of this green to it. All right. There we go. Now, I'm going to take my popsicle stick. I'm just going to stir these all up inside. And see what we might need to add to it. Something a little more pink. Okay, hang on. pink. We're going to go ahead and mesh it. So here's some more pink. We want to get our pink shine. And then we're going to add a couple of the pink flakes up in there. All right. That should do it. Okay, now we're going to stir it all together. And we got that nice pink sparkle in there. Little girl's first Christmas. Okay. Now, I'm going to get my cup. And my resin. And we'll go ahead and pour our resin. Oops. And we'll be right back. Okay. We are back. Let me move my Christmas tree over for a minute. We're going to stir these in really good into the resin. There we go. Nice and thick. Look at that, guys. Nice and thick. Okay. Now, we're going to take our little Christmas tree. Get some of that off of there. Try not to make too much of a mess today. All right, and we're going to start pouring. First of all, yeah, I can do that. Okay. So down in our tree we go. And it's going to run around. And we're going to let it go a minute. Then add a little bit more. And you can see that kind of going around. Trying to get it up into that star, guys. Then we can kind of scoop a little bit of it in that star. Okay. And then back into the top part of this tree. Oops. Oops. Sorry about that. And then we're going to pour more in there. And just keep pouring until she goes down where she needs to be. There we go. And then we're going to pour into this part of the tree. And let that seep around. Okay, and then I'm going to go to this side of the tree. Let that seep around. I'm going to add a little bit more up here. A little bit more in here. It's going to be pretty. A little bit more in here. All right. Now that is going to even itself out, and hopefully it's not going to run over. Actually, it's kind of really full. All right, and then we're going to pour into the center. Let that come all the way up to the top of the center. Okay. Take a little bit out of here and just kind of throw it over. We don't want it connected because it's not supposed to be connected. There we go. All right, that is going to be a pain in the butt to pick up, guys. Really a pain in the butt. So let's see if I can't just top some of that in there. Stay nice and level, hopefully. Okay. And there we have that piece. We get some more resin mixed up. About there. We're going to go in here. About there. Okay. I think I can add just a tad more of this here. Okay. There we go. About even. I think. Yeah. All right. We're going to stir this in here. Get her stirred up nice and good. Getting there, guys. And for the bottom, we're going to add some green. I wanted like a darker green, so let's see. Okay, I think what we're going to have to do, and I got to take my gloves off for a minute to be able to get this in there, is take two kinds of green. So we're going to use dark green. Get a spoon. Dark green. And then we're going to use a pinch of the light green. And together they should make almost the same green. So, add that one in there. Okay. And then we're just going to stir this in really good, guys. Let me get the gloves back on. We're going to keep our gloves on. Okay. Hold up. All right. Now we're going to stir this in. I know you can't see it, but here you go. That's a little better. So we're just going to stir the greens together. Try to create it. Look at that. It's going, it's going, it's going. Check that out. It's getting closer. let's see here. Get that stirred in there. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, look at that, guys. It almost matches the tree. Nice, huh? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to dump it into our tree stem. And I'm going to make this just a little bit level. And then I'm going to move it over here so I don't spill it, guys, all over the, excuse my French. So, sorry, all over the table. All right. That one is full. Okay. And then I have these coasters. And we're going to pour this into those. We're going to move these over to level table because this table is not very level and I don't want to make no messes. Okay. This one too. And then I'll finish topping it off. Okay. I'm going to pour that over here. There we go. There we go. Now we got one more here to do, guys. I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'm going to pour this one into this one. I'm going to take it over here to level ground. It almost sounds like I'm living on unlevel ground. My table, I have one cabinet shorter than the other for some reason, and it doesn't seem to go together like it should. So that's all it's going to work on is 3 of them. So what we have left here, we're going to pour into our skull mold. Let me get that in there without dripping on my little bear. Just like that. As you can see, it's almost there. All right. Just like that, guys. Just like that. Okay. There's that one. And we'll just sit her back here until tomorrow and brush that in there. Okay. And we'll give them all a spritz. We'll spritz this one for sure. I think I want to move a little bit of this here up into the star in the top. It's a little too full, so okay. Down into the middle. There we go. Get this cleaned off. Love this thing. It's my favorite tool. Okay. Let's take that one back in there. Get that cleaned off of there. Put this one away. Okay. Get my gloves off here, guys, because we're going to work on the little elephant. And so I'm going to move you over here where you can see. Oh, I was spritzing them. Hold on. Get them all spritzed. Let me grab a spatula real quick. I got to run over here. All right. Oh, almost. The tree stand's a little flimsy, so let me see if I can't. Prop a popsicle stick underneath of it. Okay. That ain't gonna work neither, but I think it's gonna stop running. All right. Put that back up in there. Put that in the trash. Yeah, I'm talking to myself today, guys. I apologize. So the tree is the only thing we're gonna pour today. We got a lot of projects to get finished, and so we're gonna finish those off. So we're gonna do the elephant. I'm going to put her right here. Elephant's eyes are usually gray. And so what I think we're going to do is I think we're going to kind of do like the half a circle up like so. And then draw a little line across. And then we're going to come over to this side and try to do exactly the same. So we start right about here. I'm going to turn her upside down, guys, so I can work on this eye. And so I'm going to do half a moon here, and then come up and around, just like that. They're almost close. This has got to be a tad bit more and darker here. Very, very cute. I don't think I like it. What I think I'm going to do is take a black. Brown would work. I'm going to come here and get these little lashes. And then probably color this in right about here. Not crazy about the eyeballs. Okay, let me take them back off. That's the good thing about these markers. Once they're dry, you can't do this, but when they're not dry, you can remove them. So we're just going to get it off of there. Before it's completely dried. All right, there we go. Start with a clean slate here, guys. Oh, still got a little bit of her on there, huh? There we go. Now it's good. Okay, we'll let it dry a minute. While that dries, I think what we'll do is just this. We'll use a darker blue. And it will look way better. So I'm going to go inside the ear. And I'm just going to outline my ear on the inside. Just like that. So you can kind of see the outline in the ear. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm just going to outline this ear. Let me get this around here. I want it to kind of go flat. Like that. It's kind of making a big C. That's what I didn't do over here, so let's do that over here. Go over it one more time. Okay, so there you have your little ears and they're outlined. And we're going to color them in. And we'll let that dry. We're going to do the same thing to this one. We'll color it in. What happens is it will shade over and over and over and just keep moving. So we're going to let them dry. And while them dry, we're just going to do a line, like a zigzag for the eye. Maybe. I don't like the zigzag neither. Okay. So let me mark that off and we'll wait for the ears to dry and then come back tomorrow and I'll get some eyeballs to put on here. We'll use some turtle or some elephant eyes. Because it needs elephant eyes. And then maybe it needs a little trunk colored in right here. That actually looks good. You'd think the eyes should be right about here. Somewhere in there. Okay. We'll work on that. I gotta look it up. Okay. So we're gonna let that one dry for today. And the Christmas tree dry and this dry, and then we will cut around it. And tomorrow we will work on demold and putting something fancy on our coasters. And that will be that. So I think that does it, guys. That's where we're going to stop at today. Okay? So y'all have a good night. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. God bless and love you all. And there you go. There's our little elephant. Birdie. And her little nose. We'll work on some eyeballs. I want to see how I want to set them. I'll have to look at a couple elephants. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, guys, and come back and see me. Also, Heart by Creations is doing a copycat. It's called Pound Copycat. And then you put down who you are inspired by, and then you do a video that they've done or something similar. We try to create it always and make it your own, but something they did you really truly like. And so I copycatted Southern Artistic Lady Creations, and she made a tiger faceplate, and I made Summer's horse mold, and that's where I learned that from. So I just wanted to say Heart by Creations, Renee, too. I think that was a great idea, and I'm very excited about it. So I just wanted to say thank you, Renee, for that idea. All right, y'all, have a good night. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that like button. And if you are subscribed, make sure you go on the bell and hit all. That way I can see you on there, and I can also see you right, because the 23rd is the drawing for the Joy. Let me show you that. That's the Joy plaque. And on the 23rd, we're going to be doing a drawing on this. And so whoever wins the Joy will be able to use this for their serving tray. Yes, there's one upside down. I don't know how she turned around, but she turned around. So I guess it's an upside down train. And first one I did, so that's why she's part of the drawing, y'all. Anyhow, have a good night. Love y'all. Later.